Hey, everybody, I want to thank you for watching Gygo Network. You are tuning in to part two of this week's Geek and the Nerd. As always, we are your hosts.
I am D, and I identify as Better Ray Bill.
And I am Chuck, a.k.a. best known as Mallory Archer, leader of ISIS.
Just call me Horseface.
We are looking at the MCU and DCU news of the week. So, Danny, I know that this has been a point of contention for us. And one of the funniest things I think I've ever heard today was your laugh at the sad news that I have to report.
You report it because I'm going to laugh again.
After our man, Henry Cavill, all right, the reason I'm repping this hoodie was let go as Superman because the DCU is rebooting. News broke today that reboot will somehow still include Ezra Miller's Flash.
Wait a second.
For those of you watching at home, you can slow-mo the moment where a piece of my soul just died.
Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, you can't write this stuff. Hold on, let me write it down, though. Let me still write it down. You can write it. It is even funnier when you write. DC. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for being you. Oh, my goodness. You're like the Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend. Oh, this is fantastic.
I'm so hurt by this news, as was John Campea, if you watch his freak out earlier. But to lose Henry Cavill, and for some reason they're going to keep Ezra Miller. It's like, hey, man, I'll give up this gold bar and keep this aluminum foil.
This is like, let me see, how can I equate this properly? Oh, okay. So, actually, there's several that they did.
This hurts because I'm a Flash fan. Like, that's my guy. Other than Green Lantern, Flash is my
dude. Do not like Superman as a character. I think he's boring. I mean, he's a guy who can do whatever he wants. I don't understand, like, what's the conflict? Yay. He's the kid at the park who said, I have everyone's powers. I can do everything.
Well, then he's Cartman. Yeah. I have the power to have all the powers.
Yeah, like, I knew kids like that growing up. It was boring. So but I like Henry Cavill. Oh, my goodness. Henry as Superman I understand that people don't like the Superman movie because it was dark. He played the dark Superman. He went through his journey, but still, when they had like a Snyder cut and he's laughing, he had that part too.
I will fight anybody that says Man of Steel. He was Superman for a day. It was his first day on the job.
Yeah, he probably should have fight. First day on the job.
Miller, who just pled guilty to burglary charges today, still facing assault and kidnapping charges, is being rewarded with a $2 million Super Bowl ad for the Flash movie, and he gets to stay on through the DC reboot, which is a shame to me because with the Grant Gustin Flash show ending this season, it would be a perfect bridge to bring him into the movies. You've got 9 years of character development with him done, where you could just be like, hey, here's, Barry Allen. Make Ezra Miller Wally West, as I've been saying for 10 years now.
I asked you in the beginning why they just didn't use him in the movies, because he was Flash and he fit the character well. So why not just use the dude? You can pay him.
Developed into it so much. Like the 9 seasons that
you would pay one person rather than two. You would pay him less because that's what they want. That's what they say they want to do now anyway, is not have these big stars. So you would have had to pay him a little bit more, yeah, because he would have been in the movies too. But overall, you would have paid less. You would have had a character, a known character that people would have liked. You can't have 5 Batmen, 3 Joker. Like, this is getting stupid. This is getting silly. This is why they had 0 Hour, because of this nonsense. And now they're saying, oh, Batman won't be part of the DCU. Yes, it will. They're telling him that now. Hey, no, he won't be there. Wink. Say that without winking. He won't be there. Stop winking and say it. Okay. Wink.
Wink.
Batman's going to be part of DCU. Like, come on. And this is nonsense. They're bringing he's not Flash.
He's not Flash. Like, he's never once embodied Barry Allen to me.
No. Like, he's as the character, as the person, or the superhero. Either side. He's not either side. And they don't show enough of him as Barry Allen in the movies. It's mainly just showing him as Flash, which he's not good at that. And everybody's ages are all out of whack. Batman's old. Superman's gonna be young. Barry Allen's gonna be like everybody's ages are just all over the place. Pick a track, stick with it. I mean,
Like Barry Allen, in my mind, is in his early 30s. Like that's the Barry Allen that I think of when I'm thinking of the comics. I think of a dude that's like 31, 32. He's got his career going, at CCPD as a crime scene investigator. He's just starting his family with Iris West and shit like that. So Ezra Miller is way too young of a Flash for me. And even though this movie's been in development for 10 years, he has that young bone structure where I don't see him as Barry Allen.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I would have liked him more as like anybody else. He could
Wally
be
West.
Yeah, he could be
There was
Wally
your
West.
movie. That was your movie.
He
You
could be
cast Ezra
Impulse
Miller.
for all I care. I mean, come on.
Well, you cast Ezra Miller as Wally West, and then your movie is Flash of Two Worlds, and you have Grant Gustin's Barry Allen and Ezra Miller's Wally West teaming up. Like that's your movie. I've been pitching that for 9 fucking years.
Well, my pitch, which is so far everybody has liked, because I went on the critical thinking and I pitched it on there too, is to have 10-year arc for Darkest Night.
First of all,
Blackest Night, Brightest Day.
There's gonna be an episode where I get you to call it Blackest Night. You always say Dark.
I can't help it. I see it in my head. Dark. I hear dark because I know it's Blackest Night, Brightest Day. I still say dark. I still change it. I do it.
Your
on
pitch
purpose.
for the 10-year arc for that was our very first episode, folks. First episode of Geek and a Nerd. Danny laid that pitch out, and it's a brilliant pitch. And as someone, I can honestly say I'm probably one of the most well-versed people on the planet on that storyline, and I said very confidently that is arguably the best arc they could go with to have an Endgame Infinity War style.
They can't do any Crisis because the latest Crisis was horrible. So don't associate Crisis with what you're doing. It's better to you do that. It brings everybody in. Like you'll have 10, 15 years. If you want to do 20 years, you literally need the entire universe in on this. And it allows you to bring all these bit characters in, TV shows to show like how
ever created.
Yeah, like all that other stuff. You would have TV shows to do like the little characters that you want to bring in, like Hawk and Dove TV show to bring those in. That kind of thing. It will be.
And Blackest Night is easily a 2-part movie. Easily.
Oh yeah, you can do a trilogy out of it because
you really could.
You do Blackest, and then Brightest as the third part.
Yep.
Or even do Blackest, and then Brightest as to bring you into the next phase. Brightest could be the next phase. And now you're the hope. And then from there, you could do Doomsday Clock. That's your next 10 years. You go from Blackest to Brightest to Doomsday Clock.
Bro, the way Brightest Day starts and with the creation of the White Lantern would be a perfect way to insert Dr. Manhattan in to start the Doomsday Clock as the next. That's bro. You got to post that one too.
Yeah, shit, okay. I'm gonna pitch. I'm gonna go on. I go on Thinking Critical like every week or so. Like I'll do their Saturday, and sometimes I comment, somebody don't. So I'm gonna pitch that one on the next one.
That's actually really, really brilliant. And then you start that movie off with the Batman Flash team up of the Button.
Yep. I mean, and if you want, you can do another. Yeah, you actually could redo the movie. It's been how long since they did it? Since they did Watchmen, you can do another Watchmen.
2006.
Yeah, like you can do another Watchmen movie and do it a little closer to what was actually in the comics.
Which anytime Watchmen gets brought up, I instantly think of me and Danny's biggest regrets of not stealing a poster at New York Comic Con.
So upset at myself.
Especially, and I've never been to a Comic Con panel where they were so open and honest and said, "Hey, everyone's gonna die. We're not making a season 2. This is all you're gonna get." And everyone kind of laughed, like, yeah, right.
No, they off one of their biggest stars, like in episode 1. They're like, yeah, this dude's done, just hanging from a tree. Like, yep, we're just showing it all. Like, oh, it was so good.
That is my opinion, one of the best panels I've ever been to.
Yeah,
Because
that
it
was
was the
fun.
screening panel, we got to watch it and then have the whole cast up there. And knowing Dr. Manhattan was on the stage, but we didn't know at the time. Like,
And Jerry Irons walks out and then, yeah, he's who you think he is.
yeah, in the program. So in the program, folks, for this panel, it has the cast and everybody that they're playing, right? And it gets to Jeremy Irons and it says, probably who you think he is. Which I love that they didn't even confirm to like the 6th episode that he was Ozymandias. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
yeah,
you know, come on.
100% you knew.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like, all right.
and then we all thought it was going to be this thing like, oh, what if they don't show Dr. Manhattan? And it's just like this horrible, shitty tease and everything. And then that show just turned out to be
Yeah,
a
no,
work of
it
art.
was fun. If you haven't seen the Watchmen show, watch it. It's worth it. It's just excellently done.
And I've never seen a show just come out and say like, hey, you're getting one season.
Yeah,
That's it.
and that's all you're getting. That's all you could get. Like the way they ended it, brilliant. Like they really, I would bring that. I would do a new Watchmen movie, and I would have that would be my 30 to 40 year DC run, and I would
But
just
Doomsday Clock, Brightest Day, and Blackest Night. That's a fucking
you're bringing your big guns. Like they wasted 3 of them on one horrible movie. You can't do that again. That Batman versus Superman, you used 3 excellent storylines on one crappy movie. They want to jam it all in there. I hate that.
And,
Oh, it should be one movie. Like, no, you can't. Not with this.
right.
It's for comics fans. Like I play Marvel Strike Force, and like the content creators will talk about it, and they talk about like the MCU version, which annoys that's not the character. Like that's not the spirit of the character. Archangel's arc is amazing. Like, oh yeah, well, he's a guy and he got the wings. It's like, no, he was in the tunnels hunting Morlocks. They like Javelin took and stabbed him through his wings and just hung him there. He's just hanging. They bring him to a doctor, then they bring a bird doctor in, and they were like, sorry, like the bones of your wings are like they've been crushed beyond recognition. He like with his wings all taped up, he reaches out to the doctor and tries to grab him. He's like, you're not cutting my wings off. It's like, I'm sorry, we have to cut your wings off or else you will die. And he's like, no, you're not cutting off my wings. They cut him off. Apocalypse gets him and just warps his mind and his body. And because he already had Famine and the other horsemen, he's like, you are my last horseman. You are death. And the horsemen come riding out on mechanical horses, and Archangel just comes flying out with the metal wings, and now his feathers are weapons because they have little neuralizers on them. He's awesome character. Loved it.
We got some MCU news this week, Danny, that we got to report exclusively on, which was really cool.
Yes.
And that is, first of all, Kang Dynasty will start filming in May. Thunderbolts starts filming next week. And then Secret Wars, we have some more confirmed people back for Secret Wars. Willem Dafoe is back as Green Goblin. Christopher Evans is back as Human Torch in Deadpool 3. Famke Jensen is back for Secret Wars. Tobey Maguire and Hugh Jackman confirmed for Secret Wars. And they will have a team up in Secret Wars, which I'm very excited for. And also we can confirm that Silver Surfer will be part of Secret Wars. For those that don't know,
Rad. Give
Secret
it up
Wars
to Norrin Rad.
So Secret Wars ends Phase 6. Fantastic Four's reboot starts Phase 6. So at some point in that,
they're bringing in Galactus.
They are, and I can confirm. So that is breaking news right now that Silver Surfer will appear in Secret Wars as part of the finale battle. Very excited about that.
One thing I think I love the way they did Silver Surfer in that Fantastic Four movie.
We were talking about that, the scene where he goes through his board.
He goes through this board and just looks at Johnny in his face and then just takes off. He's just like, huh. And John Storm's like, oh yeah, I got nothing. I'm just like, I got like the way they did Silver Surfer in that movie was better than I've seen him done in the comics. Like I would love for them to keep that. Everything, change other stuff, keep that. You got to actually show Galactus. And my pitch for the MCU, and I'm gonna find a way to get a job at some kind of Marvel something, because this is gonna happen. You end the MCU with Franklin Richards and Galactus, because they're supposed to be the last 2 beings, to enter into the new universe. So whatever the big battle is, it happens. You can bring, man. There's a I'm gonna work on a list because there's a couple of beings I think can be like that end all big bad. So I'm gonna check that out next week, next episode. I'm gonna come with my list. If y'all want to comment below, who do you think the big bad is that should end the MCU?
We're
That
talking finality here,
yeah,
folks.
finale, like the end of the MCU, like no movies for like 10, 20 years, because I want Franklin Richards and Galactus will battle that being. Those are the only two people that will enter into the new universe. Galactus has already said it. So that's how you end it. You don't make movies for a good 10, 20 years, and then you can restart the new MCU with the Galactus Franklin Richards hybrid. Just kind of bing, and then you start the new universe, however you want it to be. That is my pitch for any of the MCU, which needs to be done in like the next 10, 20 years. But that'll
Dude,
be
I was just thinking about your Blackest Night pitch. I'm like, bro, you could do a whole HBO Max series tie-in about the Deputy Lanterns. Like when Barry Allen and them get deputized. You could
yeah,
do a 10-episode series on
like
them that ties into the movies.
and you tie that in, and each episode ends with them like just putting on the ring, and you just see ping, and that's it. You don't get to see the costume. You maybe with the Flash, he puts the ring on, and you see the red turn to blue, and then phase out.
I was thinking you see his chest symbol. You see the blue added onto the lightning bolt.
Well,
And just that.
because you have because you're gonna do like Batman, Wonder Woman, so each person's is different. And you got Superman, and he has the emblem, like that's iconic. So let Superman be the emblem. Barry just be the red to blue. Wonder Woman puts it on, and just bam, the shield and sword. Like Batman.
It's Scarecrow that gets it, not Batman.
Oh yeah, Scarecrow gets, so like Scarecrow gets his. Luthor, he just shows his
That's the
face.
funniest part of the whole thing is that Luthor gets the orange ring and contributes nothing.
Yeah, he's like, huh. Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna help. I'll be right back. Yeah, so Luthor puts on his ring, and you see his face, and just go, oh yeah,
Like it's about to be on and popping.
It's about to be. Oh my goodness, powers are awesome.
That is so cool. And then Mira gets the Red Lantern ring. Adam gets the Indigo ring.
Yeah, I think that'll be. Yeah, because you need to pump HBO Max. That'll do it, because you'll have all these tie-ins, all these shows and you can go in all these different directions. Teen Titans has one, like all these little call outs. You'll bring in characters that'll get somebody who, like, all these shows won't get like mass audiences, but you get somebody who's amped for one of them, and that excitement will bring all these different people into the next movie, and that's what you want.
By tying in the shows and creating like those offshoots and stuff like that, you're doing something original that the MCU has not done yet, because none of the MCU TV shows have mattered in the overall case of the MCU.
Yeah, everything's just separate, and this will begin the bringing it all in. You want to bring Kingdom Come Superman back? Well, you can bring all this stuff into one cohesive thought
That's
process.
What they're doing right now. The Penguin show with Colin Farrell starts filming this week, and that's a direct tie-in to the Robert Pattinson DC universe. So they're already working with that idea, so why not just expand upon it?
Yeah, just make that. That's why the movies and TV, it's all disjointed, and you can't have 3 Batmans running around, just like they had 5 Batman titles. None of the stories in any of them were in the same universe, never mind decade or year, and they had to do Zero Hour to clean all that up. Let's just clean it up.
We also got the final Ant-Man trailer this week, which not only showed off some badass Kang scenes, confirming this starts the Kang Dynasty run, but also we got our first look at Corey Stoll's return as Yellow Jacket, who has now become MODOK. A lot of people upset with MODOK's overall design.
That's what MODOK looks like. MODOK's a weird looking, like, how else are you supposed to do it? It's a big head in a little like bodysuit. That's MODOK.
They don't like that he has the armored face that comes down.
Only Lex Luthor would make an armor and not cover his head. What moron is that? I'm fighting Superman. I'm not going to cover my face. I'm going to put 2 things up so I can't turn my head. So I got to do this. What do you? Hey, you over there? Hey, stop it! Wait. Okay, now do it. Now, okay.
Peripherals were not a power he was used to dealing with.
What the hell? I'm gonna my nose again. Hey, come on. Leave Modoc alone. He's an odd character. I mean, that's what it is.
What
I
are
don't
your
know what to
thoughts
say.
on Yellow Jacket becoming him, though?
I want to see how they do it. It depends on how it's done. So
Because for
I would,
those that don't remember, Yellow Jacket was sucked into the quantum realm at the end of the first Ant-Man. Basically got folded in on himself.
yeah. So like, it makes sense that he's in there, and him being like, I want to see how they explain it. And as you know, I have not watched the trailer. I've only seen little clips. I've seen a clip of Modoc. I've seen Kang, who looks awesome. Like, I'm just so amped.
Kang
Just
is so comic book accurate.
like I'm just so amped to see him because he's like, dude, oh, you haven't
This is a
met the
dude you've
worst
been
of me.
hyping up for a few years now.
Yes, because Kang is that dude. I mean, he's it's him and Doom. Like, he's Doom level threat. Like, Doom took the powers of Beyonder. Like, Kang can do that. Tony can hack into some of Kang's tech. Because Kang used some of the Stark tech in order to build his thing, to build his equipment. But like,
Right.
once you get into the chair, like that's it gets interesting, like really interesting. Like, Kang's chair is like the it's like the chair in DC. It's kind of like that.
The Mobius chair?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. But instead of like, except it's just Kang can use it and it's coded for him. And Tony Stark's the only other person who has a chance to even come close to operating it. Like, not any schmo can sit in it and be like, oh, guess I know all the stuff. I know all the things now. I know Joker's real name, and because I'm stupid, I'm gonna reveal it, even though that's
And
like the
there's
whole
three of
point.
them. There's three of them now.
There's three Jokers. Yeah. That's a ticket. Three Jokers, and one of them's cranky, and one has constipation. Oh, yeah. That sounds good. And one of them died, so now there's four Jokers. And guess which one died? And now we have five Jokers. Like I was saying, five Jokers is that's a
There's a
ticket.
Joker behind door number 1, number 2, and number 3. Guess what? There's a Joker behind all of them.
Yes, Joker.
Twist ending.
You get a Joker, and there's also four Jokers in the audience. You pick them out. Yeah, there you
Oprah's
go.
out there. You get a Joker. You get a Joker. Everybody gets a Joker.
Oh Lord, that's like, there's some things that should just be left alone.
Now, Danny, during the earlier conversation we had today, because we always like to talk stand-up comedy, you threw out a name and a special that I think has not gotten enough recognition. And I'd like to expand upon that. And your recommendation for people was Neil Brennan's Three Mic special, which is available on Netflix. Go into that a little bit.
So Neil Brennan's Three Mic special is not only one of the funniest specials that you can see, but this actually, thanks for bringing this up, because this ties into another. I'm going to do a special with a friend of mine, and you're welcome to join too if you like, because this is good. Her name is Hannah. I went to college with her. She's a makeup artist extraordinaire. Like, this girl does things that, poof, amazing, very talented. But we were talking about, the topic was, it's okay to not be okay. And that's kind of what Neil gets into. He gets into like depression and different thoughts and all that. And he breaks it down in a way with such sensitivity and detail that, like, if you're empathetic in any way, you can just feel his emotions while he's talking about it. Because it's all coming from the heart. Now, the man is
It's also
extremely
three
funny.
different comedy sets. Like, each time he's at a different mic, it represents a different type of comedy that he's doing.
Yeah, it's a different type of comedy. It's a different emotional set, and it comes from a different set, like a different pain. And it's all, when you wrap it all together, it is just one of the most brilliantly written comedy specials I have ever seen. It's in my top 5. And it's not just because of how funny it is, it's just how heartfelt and how thoughtful it is. Like, it's really, to put it together the way he did takes just an extreme amount of talent. And I don't think he has been recognized for the genius that he is yet. So
I mean, he's the co-creator of Chappelle's Show. So, I mean, let's put some respect on his name right there.
Yeah, and he's been doing comedy since he was like 16. Like, you go through the people that he's known through his life and has met, like, the dude met the president, and he's like, yeah. So it wasn't. I met Eddie Murphy. I hung at Eddie Murphy's house. So meeting Obama wasn't as big a deal, because dude, I met Eddie Murphy. It's like you understand how big Eddie was. He met Eddie like back when he was that dude. Like it's an amazing. His life is an amazing story, an amazing tale, and he is just wonderful. And yeah, so keep a lookout for the special. It's going to be called "It's Okay Not to Be Okay." So it'll be me, Chuck, Hannah. I'm going to see when we can all get together and do this one. It's going to be a free format of just conversations, and there will be moments where one of us is going to go on for like 10, 15 minutes on our own. So it's going to be a long special. You may need to like pause it, grab a drink. Like I'm gonna watch the rest of that later. Like
I
4 hours.
told you to bring some snacks.
Yeah, 4 hours is a little bit much for me. Just sit down for that one. So yeah, I'm gonna pause this one. I'll come back at it in like another month or so when I'm ready to hear more. Because that's what I would like it to be. Like just free form style and just go and go and go. Like I'm gonna moderate it as best I can, but I like to sit back and listen and get distracted by things because there's squirrels all over the place. I live in Ohio now, and squirrel mafia is a real thing. Be careful, squirrel mafia is no joke.
Very excited for that. One thing that I am extremely excited is the website is up finally. So the Gygo Network website, which has been a long time coming, a long time in the making, is up and running. GygoNetwork.com. That's GYGO Network.com. And that is going to be the all-encompassing source for Gygo content from here on out. As much as we've loved the Facebook page being our main source and things like that, it kind of doesn't let us control our own content in the way that we wanted to. So going forward, these shows, these videos will be uploaded to the website first, and then those links will be shared to the Facebook and YouTube pages. But right now, I am updating daily on the website with the MCU news and everything else like that, which is very, very exciting. Big stuff with that. So, Danny, anything you're excited about with the website?
I'm gonna be adding some content up there. I've been slacking. I've been doing some behind the scenes stuff as far as my equipment.
Well, let's give you some credit. You put this show together. Geek and the Nerd was birthed from your idea.
Yeah, I've been kind of like doing this. I like behind the scenes stuff. So what I'm trying to do is most of the things that I do are not seen and not ever noticed. And so if I can do that, then that's good. Like I'm working on some equipment to upgrade the set. So I will have a drawing laptop that's also going to be used for video editing and such. So that's going to be used to be doing some stuff for the website. I'm going to start drawing my graphic novel soon and getting that going. So that I'm going to start posting little things about that. So
and I'll be posting little tidbits about Project Toll Booth, which
yes,
the first book is now complete.
Because I think I'm going to start looking to see how to crowdfund it. So I'm going to start with some stuff on the website and then go from there and talk to some people about how best to go about that. Like there'll be some specials that will be posted on the website as well. Like It's Okay Not to Be Okay. We're going to start getting into other topics. We have Gridiron Geeks that'll be posted.
Tell them, Danny. Gridiron Geek starts this weekend, folks.
Yeah, so that will be up by Friday because the playoffs start Saturday. So
exactly.
We're going to break down
in-depth geek breakdowns on all three playoff matchups, about the upcoming draft stock, about who we think is going to go where, about the upcoming free agency season, about Damar Hamlin. Like we're going to go in depth on him this week and that whole story and what an amazing turn of events that was.
Yeah, I mean, good. That is good news. Like, is that the Steelers game when
Ryan Shazier
went down, that freaked me out. Like, dude, he's not moving. No, he's legit not moving.
Well, I mean, they didn't think he was ever going to walk again.
Yeah, so like that was crazy. And now, well, with this, like somebody's heart stopped, and I can tell you from experience because I went to get the mail one day, and I passed out. I was like the crow, waking up with just blood dripping from my face in a puddle of water. Like, dude, when your heart stops like that, you remember nothing. I just remember taking a step. Next thing you know, I remember waking up, just in a puddle. Like, I have no idea how I got there.
The thing is, I know how Danny came back. Danny was allowed to return by Necron so that he could be made into a Black Lantern later along in his origin story.
Yes.
So that was your moment.
He's like, yeah, I just need you to fall down, buddy. Yeah, kiss that sweet, sweet concrete. Just face plant. It's gonna be awesome. I would have loved to get it on video so I could watch it. Just put it in slow motion.
I think the other thing that we got to tease now is we have a third show that we're going to be launching, which is probably only going to be a monthly show. We might do bi-weekly, but that is Token for Your Thoughts. We threw up the graphics for that. So that is going to be kind of a show for Danny and I to geek out about and just talk all things Token. Oh, shit. We have somebody popping in to say hi on the podcast.
What's going on,
man? How's it going?
Geeks,
what's going on, brother?
Just talking about
man, how you doing?
Hey, chilling, man.
So yeah, we're launching Gridiron Geeks this week.
Yeah, so we should just record Gridiron Geeks right after this. Go get a snack. Get back here. We're gonna do Gridiron Geeks.
Go get a snack. He said.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, let's do Gridiron Geeks.
You know how bad that Bills game screwed me in fantasy? I got no questions, dude. I had Josh Allen, I had Stephon Diggs, and the Bills defense.
Yep. So
and I lost by 4 points.
So that one guy that gave a thumbs up to Skip Bayless's tweet is standing right there.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit.
All right, this is a this is a perfect wrap up point for this. So yeah, Danny, why don't we get that all settled and then we can do Gridiron Geeks.
All right, so everybody, thanks for watching. Like you said, there's going to be a lot of updates and info coming up. Check the website. Chuck will be posting up there all the inside information daily. So keep an eye out for it if you want to know what's going on. If you want to be that one guy that like knows everything in the group, who wants to sit by the water cooler and be like, hey, did you hear about this? You want to spoil things for people? Go ahead. It's kind of fun. I do it all the time. And when you do it, say you're welcome. Say, hey, did you hear about this? Yeah, you're welcome, and walk away. People don't know how to take it. They just kind of go, "What? I don't even understand what just happened." So, everybody, thank you for watching Geek and a Nerd. I'm D, and I identify Better Ray Bill.
And I'm Mallory Archer, leader of ISIS, and we sign you out this week. Always remember, no matter what you do, folks, stay away from Oprah.
You're welcome.
All right, and we're on. All right.